Hi guys, my name is Shansha and in this video we're going to share with you how to make a first app in Kotlin. So let's get started. So in order to make a app, we're going to use the IDE that is called Android Studio. So let's go for it and let's make it. I'm opening the IDE. You can see this type of layout. So create a new project and by default empty activity is chosen and click on the next. And here you have to name the application name. So let's say that our name of the application will be first app. Okay, and the language will, after some time you can see only this type of layout, and by default the main activity is opened. Let's make the UI first, so just go for the activity and it's for main.xml. And here you can see that by default we have a text view like this, but I don't need this one, so I'll just delete this one. So in order to delete this, I just click on delete. Okay, that's good. So what I will do in this video, we're gonna make your first app. So what will be the motive of our app is when I will click on a button, then what will happen? Then the text inside the text view should be changed, isn't it? So that will be our app, and let's make it. So at first we need to add here a text view, isn't it? So click on the palette here, in the palette section, and you can see the text view. Just drag it and drop it here whenever you want to place it. Let's say I want this in this place, so that's good. And now I need to constraint this one. That's mean I have to connect this view with the layout, and I have successfully connected this one, and this is called constraining. That's good. And also I need to change the text size, so I will just go for the palette, or not palette, in the attributes, and here just search for text size. Okay, text size. After selecting the text view, and you can see that by default the text size is 14 sp. We're going to change it to about 24 sp. Okay, and also you can change the text color. I'm gonna change it to solid black color. Text color, just search for it. After selecting the text view, you can see that the text view is by default the color is like by default the color is this, and I'm gonna change it to solid black. That's good. And you can also change the text style. Just search for text style, and the text style is normal by default. I'm gonna change it to, oh sorry, I'm gonna change it to bold. Okay, that's very good. So as you can see that we have a text view inside it, and the text inside this text view is text view already, but I want to change it. So how we can change it? So we can go for the attributes, and here after selecting the text view, we're going to search for text, and as you can see here that by default the text is text view. So we're going to change it to the curious mind. Okay, that's good. So as you can see here, after clicking on it, you can see that the text inside our text view has changed to the curious mind. So that's really good. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna add here a button. So in order to add here a button, in the comment section and below the text you can see button option. Just drag it and drop it here. You can place it whatever you want. Yeah, that's good. And now I need to constraint this one. That's when I want to connect this view with the layout, or you can also connect it with another view. For example, I've just connect this one with our with another view, that is text view. That's really good. Okay, yeah, this position is good. And by default the text inside our button is simply button, isn't it? So we're gonna change it. So As you can see here, the text is button. We're gonna change it to clear. Click here. Okay, and just enter. And as you can see here that the text is now click here. And also I'm gonna change the background of our button. So just search for background tint, not background. So the background tint is by default this color. We're gonna change it to, let's say, this one, not this one. Let's say this, not this one. Yeah, this is a good color. Yeah, that's really good. So as you can see here that we have successfully made the button and also the text view. So another very important concept in order to make our UI is the concept of ID. So what is ID? As you when you are in school or in college, you are given an identity card. Why? Because it gives you a unique identity. The same things works in the Android Studio also. When you want to give a identity to a view, then you can use a concept, a very important concept that is called ID. So you just search for ID, and the ID of the text view is simply text view. So you can also change this one, but right now we're gonna just leave it as default. And also the ID for the button is also simply button. So I don't like to change this one because that's really good one. Okay, so let's go for the main activity, and here you can see that there's some like by default some code here. We're gonna learn it in the later videos. So at first we're gonna make a variable because we don't have some ID like XML file, isn't it? In Kotlin we're gonna we're gonna choose that views using some variables. So at first we're gonna make a variable for the button. So just name the variable simply button, and we're gonna find the view that is a button view using a very important function that is called find view by ID. We're gonna find that view that is inside the main activity using this function, using the ID of the view, and that is why we have learned about the ID. So just write here if b for shortcut, and just click on it, and as you can see here that it says what is the type of the view. So we know that the type is button. So just click on it, just type it, and you can see that it's showing some error. Just hover it, and you can see it says to import. Yeah, that's good. So right now what I have to do, I do write here the address. So the view is inside the res folder, and I can say that res folder for r. So r dot in the res folder we have a id, and the id is button. That's really good. So here we have successfully made a variable to define the button inside our XML file. We have also a text view, so absolutely I need to make a variable for that also. So just make a variable. As you can see here that we have successfully made the variable for our text view. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add here a very important function that is called set on click listener. It's a very important function. When I click on some kind of text view or like some kind of button, then what will happen? The events after click on button or something like that, then what will happen? It all the things controlled by a very important function that is called set on click listener. So so how we can define this one? At first you need to uh, write here the name of the variable first. So in our case the variable is button, so just simply write button dot, then write here set on click listener. Okay, that's so good. And here we need to add the events that will happen after clicking on it. So what I need, we need to change the text view, isn't it? The text inside our text view. So just the variable for the text view is text view that we have already made. And in order to access the text inside our text view, we need to add a parameter that is called text, and that's good. So the text inside our text view will be Sayan Saha. Okay, sorry, the spelling is not right. Okay, that's good. So as you can see here that we have made the text inside our text view is Sayan Saha. Okay, so what will happen when somebody click on the button that we have successfully made here? When somebody will click on it, then the text inside our text view by default, that we have made the text to be the curious mind. But when somebody will click on this button, then the text inside the text view will be changed to Shansha. Okay, so let's just run this one. So as you can see here that we have successfully made the app, our first app. So what will happen when I click on this button, then the text changes to Shamisha. So that is how we have made this app. Absolutely, this is a very simple app, but the stepping stone of your first journey of Android development. And I absolutely know that you can do it. Just you just need to be consistent what you're doing, and to be passionate about Android development, because this is a very important thing in our life. Because when you when you be passionate about something, then absolutely something different, something great will happen. uh, and my best wishes for all of you. And absolutely you should subscribe our channel, because in this channel we're gonna upload a very some great videos, I would say. So goodbye, see you again in the next video. And also you should absolutely like our video, and that's good. So goodbye.